There's a reason we don't talk about the colonial mayors of New York City. It's because there's not much to talk about. No offense to the colonial New York scholars, and no offense to the 43 men that served as mayors during New York's British colonial period from 1665 to 1783. In my heart of hearts, I believe that everyone has an interesting story to tell. But maybe these guys were the exception. To be fair, we're dealing with relatively limited records when it comes to unearthing the stories of these men's lives, and especially their accomplishments as mayors. New York City's Department of Records even says that their first collection of mayoral papers only consists of 2 thin folders, and those are dated back to the 1820s, way past the time period we're looking at. It's possible that the lack of paperwork is due to the records simply not surviving to the present day, but I think it's probably because being mayor of New York back then wasn't nearly as big of a deal as it is today. For the first 150 years of the role's existence, being mayor was a role you were appointed to by the governor, not elected to by the people. To me, it seems that the governor appointed whomever was in his favor, just like how the British monarch would appoint whomever was in their favor to the governorship. The men who were chosen to be mayor of New York were typically some of the richest merchants in town, or came from very influential colonial families. It wasn't uncommon when I was researching these first 43 mayors to see the same last names come up over and over. And though becoming mayor of New York said a lot about your status within the colony, it didn't grant you much power. From what I could gather, the mayor presided over the Common Council and led the mayor's court, which handled civil cases in the city. But that's nowhere near the amount of power that New York City mayors have today. So my week of researching New York City's first 43 mayors was kind of a bust. Though I will say there were a few standouts from this first batch of mayors, but not for anything they did as mayor. If you're interested, I'll tell you about the mayor whose mom was hung for being a Quaker, the mayor whose wife was almost killed for being a witch, and the mayor who, allegedly, tried to kidnap George Washington. Let me know if you want to hear those stories.